What up, boys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video, it's Tuesday. I don't normally do a video on Tuesday, but I saw WTBGold's response on Studen's response, so I just had to make a video. I started to type in WTBGold's comment section to like kind of tell my point of view of the whole shit. And it was a lot of words and a lot of fucked up shit. I'm Norwegian. I'm not really that good with words, so I was like, all right, gonna make a video to clear it up. If you guys missed what the whole thing is about, like, there's no drama, there's no hard feelings between me and WTBGold. If you guys missed out on the whole thing, WTBGold he's running a top series on the best dungeons in the game, right? Starting from number 10 to number 9 to number 8 and so on. And one of those was Hellfire Ramparts. And I'm doing 100 runs of every single dungeon. So I was already working on Ramparts, and a lot of people saw WTBGold's video and they were like, "Student, what's your take on the Ramparts? Because I'm not getting the results he's getting." And I already had the video, like, it was done. I just had different videos scheduled to release before that one. But instead, I skipped schedule and I just uploaded the video and kind of talked about my opinions of TBC dungeons in general. So this is my response to WTBGold's video, because he responded to this one, like, once again, no hard feelings. But I understand that WTBGold got the impression that I didn't try to sell these transmog items, right? And I want to get to the bottom of that, because I fully understand. In my video, it seems like I went in, I did Hellfire Ramparts 100 times, but I didn't even try to sell the items, right? And that is because I believe at least, that I use a way different technique than WTBGold does. He goes out, farm items, and according to the market value, he puts it up on the auction house to see if it sells. Now, after doing transmog farming for multiple gold cap, multiple years, I figured out that my best way of doing transmog and dealing with the whole transmog thingy is to determine if the item is gonna sell, how fast it's gonna sell, if it's worth the time with repost and so on. So basically determine if the item is worthwhile posting on the auction house, right? And this comes, I came over to this conclusion by like trying it out for multiple years. So I even had a specific TBC tune, a specific Wrath of Lich King tune, like bank tunes where I tried to sell TBC transmog. It was just way easier to filter and kind of filter out the items from expansions to see how well did TBC transmog do, how well does Wrath of Lich King transmog do, and so on. So when I did 100 runs of Ramparts, and doesn't matter what dungeon I do, if it's Ramparts, if it's Dead Mines, if it's Uldaman, I always vendor the items that I'm not going to bother to put up on the auction house before. Either because I've tried them already, or because the value is so low that if it takes me 40 reposts and I finally sell the item, it's not going to be worth it, right, for me. And this is not worth it in terms of profit, it's also worth it in terms of time, because I have a limited amount of time on my hands. And I could be posting 7,000 items, transmog items, to see if they sell. But I don't have that amount of time to keep on reposting every single day. So I pretty much decide if I'm comfortable with posting this item before I go and do it. If I'm not comfortable with posting the item, I just strictly go and vendor it. So my response is pretty much that we just have two completely different ways of dealing with transmog. And I don't want to seem like the guy who hasn't tried, hasn't done any research. I just conclude with the item sucks, not even going to try, so I'm not making any gold. It may seem that way, but no, I've actually done a lot of research. I've done a lot of testing over years, and I feel like I'm at a state where I pretty much know. You can never know like 100% if an item is going to sell or not. You really aren't, because these days you have ATT, all the things, add-ons, people like to collect absolutely everything. So it's not like, okay, I'm going to vendor this item because I know it's not going to sell. You never know. Like, every single transmog item sells eventually, and I've said that a billion times. It's just that TBC transmog items, they have usually a really high market value, and the most hype-up realms are going to be at like 10 to 40% of that market value. And there might be like 12 plus listings, and the sell rate is extremely low. So in order to sell those items, right, you're gonna have to make sure that you're always the cheapest. You always have the cheapest auctions available at all time. and the sell rate is extremely low on top of that. So you got to make sure that you're always on top for like an extremely long period of time. And if the market value is not really there to satisfy the sale, I'm not going to do it. So that is what the whole thing about me and my friend Wanted to Buy Gold is about. Like, we just do transmog completely different ways, right? I do it one way where I determine if I want to post a transmog item before I go and post it. Wanted to buy gold, if I'm not mistaken, he goes out, farms transmogs, throw it on the auction house, and he kind of tests it out, see if it sells. So I'm not sure if it doesn't sell after a few weeks or months, he might take it off the auction house and vendor it, just keep on posting. I don't know. That's just, we use two different tactics. So that's pretty much it. I didn't upload my Ramparts video to hack down on Wanted to Buy Gold. There was just a lot of people asking me about it because, as I said, they didn't see the results that Wanted to Buy Gold received, and they wanted my opinion on it. So instead of answering everyone like one by one every time they came into the stream, like multiple times a day, it was way easier to just upload the video, tell them my point of view of the dungeon, and just be done with it. Watch the video if you want to. But yeah, no hard feelings, and that's it. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.